Hello everybody, it's Dio from Firm But Fair Gaming, bringing you another video. Hello everybody, welcome to another Diablo 3 video here for Season 28. We are looking at the Monk today, and we are looking at the Innis Mantra build. So the two-piece bonus for this is increase the passive effect of your Mystic Ally and the base passive effect of your mantras by 100%. We gain the base effect of all 4 mantras at all times, and we gain 5% damage reduction for each Mystic Ally we have out, and our Mystic Allies no longer take damage. Our 6 pieces, we gain the passive abilities of the 5 Rune Mystic Allies at all time. Attacking enemies, create your chosen Mystic Ally the last 15 seconds up to 10 Mystic Allies, and the damage of our Mystic Allies is increased by 900% for each Mystic Ally that we have out. So let's go through all the items that we utilize in this build. Enjoying all the videos and content we produce, don't forget to click on that subscribe button, click on that like button, and don't be afraid to share. Don't forget to click on the notification button, customize it however you want, but that way you're notified whenever we publish another video. Alright, as we take a look at the items, let's throw up a 110 we did utilizing this set for some gameplay footage. So we are wearing all 6 pieces of this set, so no Ring of Royal Grandeur in this build. Luckily there's 7 pieces to the set, so we still utilizing. So we are wearing helm, chest, gloves, belt, pants, and boots. And the other sets that we are wearing are the Bastions of Will, so focus and restraint for our rings. So this is when we hit with a resource spending attack or primary skill, we deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds, and then when we hit with a resource spending attack, we deal 50% damage for 5 seconds. Then for our main hand offhand, we are using the Shenlong Spirit combination here. So we got the Fist of Legend and the Relentless Assault. So this bonus is the damage of our spirit generators is increased by 2% for every point of spirit that we have. And then when we reach maximum spirit, as you can see here, we hit it, we get the buff, and then our spirit depletes. Our damage is increased by 350%, but we no longer passively regenerate spirit, and our spirit is drained at 65 spirit every second until we run out of spirit, and then our passive kickbacks in. Other items that we're going to be wearing is the Lefebvre's Soliloquy. So the shoulders Cyclone Strike reduces our damage taken by up to 50% for 5 seconds. And the Bindings of the Lesser Gods, so enemies hit by our Cyclone Strike take up to 200% increased damage from our Mystic Ally for 5 seconds. And splits our fire allies gain 3 times this bonus. For our jewelry, we are wearing Squirt's Necklace, so while not taking damage, damage dealt is increased by up to 100%. So this is our stack here, and damage taken is increased by up to 50. And then I already covered the rings, so it rounds out our items that we're wearing. Our legendary gems, we are using Enforcer, so increase the damage of our pets by a certain percent, and then our pets take 90% less damage. Bane of the Trapped, increased damage against enemies under the effects of control and parrying effects by X%, and then we gain an aura that reduces the movement speed of our enemies within 15 yards by 30%, thus proccing the damage of Bane of the Trap. I was finding that this build is a little bit squishy before we get augments and all that fun stuff in Paragon to make us tougher, so I was rocking an Esoteric just to help out with that, so we gain percent of non-physical damage reduction, and then while below 50%, our resistances are increased by 75%. Again, this is just because I was finding it fairly squishy because I don't have any augments in or much Paragon. So once we start getting some, then we can bring in Bane of Stricken as well as a potential gem there. Cube. Just gonna move the video here because it is in the way. Move that to the side. Using Flying Dragon, chance to double your attack speed when attacking. The crudest boost, so our Mystic Ally summons 2 allies to fight by our side, but they deal 200% increased damage and are able to attack with their active forms longer. And then we have the Convention of Elements, so we're going to gain 200% damage increase to our elements as we're cycling through here. And then because we're using the Mystic Ally on Earth, our big damage window would be on the physical cycle. For our skills, we're using Way of the 100 Fists with Blazing Fists, so this is going to be our spirit generator. Then we are using Mystic Ally with Earth Ally, as I mentioned. There is a trick to this. The the boulders kind of just go wherever they feel like it. So ideally, if you can be in like a tight space where they kind of ricochet off wall to wall and kind of bounce back and forth efficiently, that'll be your best trick for that. And again, we want to pop that once we get the Shenlong's buff. So we want to get to max spirit, get that buff, and then do our Cyclone Strike to proc the extra damage, and then the Mystic Ally to maximize. For another defensive, for extra survivability, I went with Serenity with Ascension for 4 seconds of invulnerability. For movement, Dashing Strike, and then after we dash, we get 15% increased attack speed for 4 seconds. Desert Shroud, or Epiphany with Desert Shroud for extra survivability, we take 50% less damage. And then Cyclone Strike, so this is just to pull things in, group them up, as well as proc our damage mitigation and our damage increase before popping our Mystic Ally. Then for the passives, using Seize the Initiative, so we deal more damage against enemies above 75%. Harmony for extra survivability. If you find that you are tanky with everything you got rolling on, you could drop this and pick up Unity for more damage. Would give us up to increase your damage by 5% up to a max of 20. And yeah, so that would be an alternative there. Utilizing Guardian's Path for some extra attack speed and dodge there. And then using Beacon of Utard for our cooldown reduction to help get our Mystic Ally back off CD quicker. Sorry, this is just 35% to chance to dodge, and then Spirit if we had been using a two-hander. No attack speed bonus, just survivability there. For the rotation, as mentioned, we're going to use our Epiphany for survivability, so we want to keep that up as often as possible. And when it's potentially falling off or as you need to, you want to throw in your Ascension just to make sure you don't die. But basically, we're going to be doing Wave 100 Fists to generate our Spirit up to 100%. And then we're going to get the Shenlong's buff, and then I would dash to get the increased attack speed. And then once we get the buff, which is going to be any moment now, we're going to get that. And after we get the buff, so there we got it, then I would pop the Mystic Ally after doing our Cyclone Strike. So you get to max, Cyclone Strike, then pop the Mystic Ally. And then that'll be our big DPS window. And as always with your potion, use your own potion at your own discretion. Not going to tell you how to do that. So this concludes the video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know below. I will do my best to answer them. As always, we appreciate like, shares, and subscribe, so please click those buttons. And of course, you can find me on Twitch, streaming almost daily. Come hang out. I love running keys with everybody, anything. So just come out, hang out, chat, ask questions. Always happy to help. So that's it for me. So until next time, hope you're enjoying Diablo 3 Season 28.